administration, our fans, for the crowd noise we had the last 2 home games this year. It was outstanding. It really, I think, helped our players. It made it difficult on the opponents. And we did have a home field advantage this year. To go 6-1 and have a chance in the other game against Florida, our fans did their part. So we appreciate it and look forward to all the games here next year. And of course, we're looking forward to the bowl game now. We're playing University of Connecticut, UConn. I think they're 7-5 also. Is that correct? I know they lost a bunch of close games this year. I did watch them beat Notre Dame a couple of weeks ago, I guess, 2 or 3. And they won it in overtime. They're a good team. They play tough. Randy Edsel seems to be a heck of a bright, sharp young coach that does a good job there. So it should be a wonderful game in Birmingham. We're looking forward to going there. Birmingham, just several years ago, was known as the football capital of the South. And, of course, Alabama doesn't play there anymore, so I don't know if they still call it that, but they have a tremendous history and tradition of college football in Birmingham. So we're looking forward to playing there January the 2nd. We'll have a little extra time. Hopefully our guys get to class and do well in their finals. And we'll have an excellent academic year this semester. So we'll get that over with this next week, and then we'll still have about 2.5 weeks to prepare for UConn. Any questions?
You had talked, Steve, I'm sorry, you had talked about, the importance of going to a bowl, but also, ending with a win. Mm-hmm. How do you, I know you haven't studied film, but how do you like this matchup?
It didn't matter. We really, at the end of the year, you go wherever they tell you to go, so there's no sense worrying about, we want to go here, we want to go there, we hope we play this one or that one. It doesn't matter. UConn, we knew we were going to play a Big East team. I think it was either going to be Pittsburgh, UConn, or South Florida, so we knew it would be one of the 3, and it ended up being UConn. And you got to admire what they've done there. They've only been playing Division I, 7 or 8 years, something like that. So they've come a long way. They've done a super job there. And it should be a heck of a game. They're a very good team. Our guys will be ready. We'll have some good practices. We'll have a chance to practice a lot of our young guys that hadn't played much. That's the advantage of going to a bowl game. You get sort of an extra spring practice between now and the bowl game for your young guys. So we're trying to take advantage of it. But the main thing is to go try to beat UConn. Try to play the best we can, try to improve on our last performance. We played well the last game to win, but it certainly wasn't a perfect game. We had a lot of bad plays here and there that hopefully we can improve upon as we go to the bowl game.
The Huskies have had a good year, as you said, but they've also had a very traumatic year. I mean, what Randy Edsel has gone through this year with the loss of the players, is that a coach's worst nightmare going through what he's gone through?
Yeah, it is. Oh gosh, about 15 years ago, we lost a player down in Florida with a preseason, actually it was a summer conditioning, he fell out and went into a coma, and we lost him there. And the whole team went to his funeral, I think the same way the UConn team did. So you handle it the best you can, and you'll always have that player's memory and with you, as long as you live, really. So I think they handled it the best way they could, and I admire the way Coach Edsel and his guys, handled that situation. They did everything they could to try to do it the right way.
Now that you guys are at this point, can you look back and say 7 wins, is that about where you thought this team would be, should be?
Yeah, I think 7-5 was a pretty good year, considering we were underdog in 8 of 12. So we won all the ones we were supposed to, and some we weren't. But anyway, our defense played extremely well. We finished 3rd in the conference in defense. Florida and Alabama, the only 2 defensive teams ahead of us. Cliff Matthews and his guys really had an outstanding year. Offensively, we sputtered a little bit. We took way too many sacks, and that killed our rushing stats. If we take that 326 or so yards away, we certainly would not have finished at the bottom running the ball. Kenny Miles, I think, averaged around 5.5 a carry, 5.4. What was it? 5.4, 5.5. Where's all of our stat people here? So that's not a bad average for a tailback. So anyway, 7-5. You know, could have been maybe one game better, but it could have been about 2 or 3 worse too if the ball had bounced the wrong way a few games. So that's you know, for where we are right now with many freshmen, sophomore, and so forth, and as few seniors that played a bunch, that was a good year. Good year. Called it a good year.
What are your thoughts on getting to go back to Birmingham, where you've had past history with the SEC championship game? Originally.
All that doesn't play into it. You know, it didn't matter if they sent us to Birmingham or Nashville or Shreveport or Memphis or wherever. We'd go wherever they send us, and we got us a good opponent. Well, we'd had a good opponent wherever we went, those other places too. So we're just, you know, we're looking forward to another game. Looking forward to trying to play better, trying to build on a little momentum maybe from the last game. But again, looking forward to practicing and trying to get better, because we certainly are not there yet. We got a long way to go around here, but hopefully we got some good young players and some on the way that are going to help us get there.
You mentioned the D finishing third. For all the injuries they had, suspensions, young guys playing, what do you think about Ellis and Lorenzo?
Yeah, Ellis Johnson, Lorenzo Ward, Brad Loing, Shane Beamer, all those guys do a super job, and the players played well. So it was a good. It was a good year. We could have had a few more turnovers, right, Cliff? With 4 games without turnovers, so there's something we can get better at. But the total yards, so forth, was very good, very good.
Just wondering what kind of response you feel the fans will come from this.
Well, I hope the fans can get to Birmingham. That's not a bad drive, I-20, straight through Atlanta and right on over. So, you know, I think our fans, hopefully, if they like to go to bowl games, they'll want to go to this one just like all the rest of them. And I think they work particular where we play, a chance to follow the Gamecocks and hopefully get us a bowl victory. We haven't had a whole bunch around here, so that'd be something we're definitely shooting for.
Legion Field, your memories of that place, and just you know, the kind of.
Well, the first memories from USFL. That's the first time I ever coached there. Birmingham Stallions. They were tough. They were tough. They beat us more than we beat them. We used to beat the Philadelphia Stars, but Birmingham, those guys were tough. In fact, we lost a playoff game there to them at the end of the '84 season, back when it was AstroTurf and so forth. But I guess the last time we were there was the SEC game of '93, yeah, which was a good day for us, very good day for the University of Florida. Alabama was coming off about a 10 in 1 year, I think, and we had 4 scoring chances, and we got 28 points. They had 4 scoring chances. They got 2 touchdowns. I mean, 1 touchdown and 2 field goals. And we beat them 28-13, and won the SEC there. And that's how you usually win. You score touchdowns instead of kicking field goals and turning it over down there.